Hello students, let's continue with our science lesson interdependence and adaptation. We learnt about healthy versus dying plant. Healthy plant looks green and they have good growth of fruits, flowers and they have thick stem. A dying plant looks very weak and it has brown or yellow leaves and they have weak stems. We also learned that fertilizers are added to plants to increase the crop productivity. The composition of fertilizers differs. Different plants require different amount of fertilizers. The main composition of fertilizers are nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Today we are going to learn about graphs. So graphs are used to compare data. In our lesson, we are going to compare the growth of plants with the amount of fertilizer added. So, let's do a basic revision of graphs today. First graph is bar graph. You have to start with the title of the bar graph. In this case, it is school supplies that students use. So there are two axes, x-axis and y-axis. In the x-axis, type of school supplies is marked. So what are the supplies provided by the school? They are pencil, scale, pen, sharpener and eraser. In the y-axis, you have the number of supplies used by the students. If you look here, the numbers are marked at equal distance. So when you draw a graph, you have to keep note of that. It starts with 0 and this number might differ. Okay, it is according to the scale. If you are using the scale as 1, it goes on like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. If you are using the scale as 2, it starts with 0, then 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. So here the scale used is 1. Here if you see, how many pencils are used by students? 8 pencils. How many scales? 3 scales. How many pens? 2 pens. How many sharpener? 5 sharpeners. And how many eraser? 4 eraser. So graphs are easy ways to record the data. By looking at the picture, you will be able to tell how many school supplies are used. We'll move on to the next graph, which is line graph. Here, the graph is marked using a line. It shows earnings per day. So now let's see how to read a graph. Okay, so this graph shows the minutes Tommy spent playing video games. One side you have the days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 and day 6. The other side in the x-axis, it shows the number of minutes Tommy spent playing video games. So use this graph to create a table first. Okay, here I have created the table. One side you have the days and the other side minutes spent. So day 1, 70 minutes. Day 2, 80 minutes. Day 3, 30 minutes. Day 4, 20 minutes. Day 5, 90 minutes. And day 6, it's 60 minutes. Now try to answer the questions. Which day he spent the most time playing games? By looking at this table, we'll be able to say it is day 5. Which day he spent the least time playing games? It is day 4. From day 2 to day 3, did the amount of time he spent playing games increase or decrease? So day 2 to day 3, did the time increase or decrease? It decreased. How many minutes did he play on day 6? Day 6, he played for 60 minutes. How many minutes did he play on day 2? Day 2, he played for 80 minutes. Okay, understood how to read a graph? First, use the data to create a table. It will be very useful to read the graph. Let's see now how to draw a line graph. Here the data is given. You have to use this data to draw the line graph. It shows grades and number of absentees in a class. So grade 1 has 15, grade 2 has 6, grade 3 has 18, grade 4 has 6 and grade 5 has 9 students absent in a month. Okay, so x-axis you can plot the grades: grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4 and grade 5. What about y-axis? How are you going to plot in the y-axis? If you look at these numbers, where do you find all these numbers? All these numbers come in a 3 table, right? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, so these numbers are present in 3 table. So we will use 3 as the scale. So start with 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27. It goes on. Understood? See which scale to use by looking at the numbers. Imagine if it is like 5, 20, 30, 40, then you can use 5 table. It all depends on the numbers. So here the graph is marked for grade 1. You have to mark it in 15, grade 2, 6, grade 3, 18, grade 4 again 6 and grade 5 it is 9. So it's all equal distance. The numbers are marked equal distance and it's drawn neatly. Understood how to draw a line graph? So for today's homework, your worksheet will be shared with you. You have to read the line graph and answer the questions. First create a table, then answer the questions. The second exercise, you have to draw a line graph. So remember, you have to mark equal distances. Okay, the equal distance is important, then only the graph will be correct. Understood? Thank you all.